I will do what I have to relative to my relationship with Cape Air to make sure that I don't have a conflict, which, people talk about blind trusts. I'm not an expert now on exactly what that would be, but being the governor of Massachusetts is an opportunity literally to change the world. I believe that. And it is absolutely worth me doing whatever I have to enter the office in early 2015 without a conflict, and I'll do that. And believe me, that will be scrutinized. So, certainly between now and then, we will make sure that no conflict exists. I mean, the other side of this equation is that wouldn't it be nice to have somebody as governor who actually really understands the Massachusetts Port Authority and doesn't have a conflict? I mean, one of the ironies about all this is we keep saying we want better people in office, people who understand the relationship between the public and private sector, people who understand how that can deliver good things for the citizens of the Commonwealth. You would want somebody in there who understands how those relationships can deliver good things in meaningful ways, who doesn't have a conflict. So it's not just that I'm going to make sure that I don't have a conflict by the time I'm the governor, but the added advantage of actually understanding how this stuff works and delivers a good public infrastructure so that the citizens get good products and services. That is a benefit. Four months later, what I got in writing was what I got last Friday, which was completely blindsiding. I'm packing up my bike to put in the car to go ride the Pan Mass Challenge. It was an interesting ride this year, I'll tell you, because I had 12 hours on a bicycle to think about the whole thing. Yeah. I got a phone call from them saying, we're going to follow this up with the written ruling, but here are your three options. And over the phone she said, option one is to completely separate yourself from Cape Air. Option two is to completely separate Cape Air from Logan Airport. And option three is you have 30 days to resign your state Senate seat and withdraw from the gubernatorial race, which, by the way, is overstepping anyway, because they can't tell me to run or not run. I mean, that's not something that the Ethics Commission can do. They can tell you that, if you run and win without changing anything, you'll be in conflict. But I think what they issued in their ruling is overstepping to begin with. It was emotional. I mean, it's look, you get into this to help people. And the Pan Mass is an emotional experience because you're there riding with people who are there for the right reason, and the road is lined with people who are there so it's an emotional experience. And I would just say that for me, it brought together what a beautiful Commonwealth this is, because I rode through a lot of it on a bicycle, certainly the Cape and Islands District. But I was thinking the whole time how unfortunate it would be for somebody who just got into this to help, because the Pan Mass is all about helping. If you get into politics just to help and you get excluded for something like this, that just can't be. I think it's unfortunate the way this happened, because it does put a challenge into this campaign that, I'm already an underdog. I'm a guy from the Cape and Islands who's trying to run for governor. I won't speculate. I think the fact that this came out, 3 or 4 weeks after I announced, just as we're really starting to get traction. I mean, we have 50 events scheduled all over the Commonwealth. I mean, I am going to be tireless in this campaign because I believe so much in the issues of this campaign. We have all of these events scheduled. We have a lot of events scheduled in district, a lot to prime the pump financially and raise money early in the campaign. And, the timing of this couldn't be worse for us. One of the reasons I want to move quickly to resolve it is so that we can get that out of the way and really talk about what I think the issues are in this campaign, which are an economy which isn't working for enough people. These are the issues you and I have discussed. The hard part about this for me is it is business as usual politics, where we focus on a person and their issue and we get focused into that, and we start losing sight of a recovery, a supposed so-called recovery in our economy, which is benefiting a few people at the expense of everyone else, access to quality, real public education that's affordable. This meeting should be about the 20% of our youth that is going to bed hungry and waking up in poverty. This meeting should be about the recovery for the few at the top. This meeting should be about the fact that we're not doing adequate investment in transportation infrastructure and in education and rebuilding our energy grid and holding our utilities to be accountable to rebuilding a grid that doesn't fail every time we have a storm here on the Cape. I mean, I want to be that candidate of substance that I thought I was bringing into this. This is business as usual politics. This is derailing a process and focusing on what I consider to be a sideshow. And whether I consider it to be that or not, I mean, it is a real thing. So it hurts the campaign. I refuse to engage in business as usual politics. So the business as usual here is you lawyer up, you hire expensive help, you try to stop it, you try to get court injunctions. This isn't about me and my political future. And I just can't let it go that way. You know, so I have to balance where I think, because this is not ambition from my part. This is a real desire from the heart to help people. The moment I see this becoming Dan Wolfe defending himself, as opposed to us allowing a political process to actually play out, I have to question why I'm doing that.